We're back again to play some games. We're back with Ikemen Sengoku, and last time we escaped Kenshin, I believe. Me and Nobunaga, and you know, I told him I loved him. Did I? We kind of confessed to each other, and yeah. So before we start, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on my social media. It's always in the description below, and we can get started. Nobunaga, Chapter 10. I want you to live. Every moment you're alive means something good to me. Lauren, you... He looked at me with eyes so full of fiery passion they consumed the field around us. I mean, the field around us is literally on fire, so... We haven't had a game ago, but I don't care. He didn't need to say anything. I knew what he wanted. It was why I had wanted for so long. He caught me in his arms, one hand supporting my back, one lifting my chin. I'm taking these. His warm lips closed around mine. I fell back into his embrace as he hungrily claimed me in. Wow. My mind was an explosion of fireworks. All I could do was kiss him back. My tongue sought his, and once it had, refused to let go. My body was so hot it was burning. I took my breath from him, returning it in heated moans that disappeared into his mouth. Then we pulled away from each other, our ragged sides filling the space between us. Why now? I need to know. What a surprise. I need to know. I need to know. What's your reason for doing this now? You see, we're surrounded in fire. You don't know the reason? That smirk makes me pretty sure I do. But I want to be sure. Right now, we have to finish with these enemies, but I'll tell you the reason tonight. I'll be waiting. With a bittersweet smile, Nobunaga traced the curve of my face with his finger. The passion that burned still in his eyes carried over to me, building a fire inside me. Nobunaga, if you only knew what my heart was doing right now. Come. It's time to finish this. He gave me his hand to help me up. Right, the battle. We're still being hunted by the enemy. Yeah, I tried to tell y'all. I tried. How are we gonna finish this? Aren't things pretty dire right now? That will change when he arrives. Who's he? Well, that's nice and vague. Just then the ground shuddered with the thundering of horse hooves as the cloud of dust came our way. There's Mitsuhide. Okay. You're mysterious. He is Mitsuhide? I looked at the approaching army, speechless with shock. Mitsuhide was at the head of a large force of men, their flag bearing the Oda crest. I totally can't believe I called it. Lord Nobunaga, what's the meaning of this? Is this... I'm confused. Is this all part of the plan? Hideyoshi, Mitsunari, you're both safe. Leading a contingent of survivors, they gathered at Nobunaga's side. Hideyoshi had Naomi with him too. Mitsuhide put a lot of work into the show. I'll let him handle the rest. Nobunaga grinned. The arrival of a large group of Oda reinforcements caused the enemy to break formation. I thought Mitsuhide had come to our side. What is this? Where did such a large force come from? My betrayal must surprise you, but there's no need for a commotion. These guns will be doing that soon enough. Take aim. And Mitsuhide signaled. His horseback-mounted riflemen aimed their matchlocks at the enemy. Fire. The first row of men fired, followed by the second. The battlefield was a thunderstorm of sound. I knew gun had a big impact in this period. Now I see why. The enemy's rank broke apart like tissue paper. The panicked men fled every which way. In an instant, Nobunaga forces took the initiative and drove off the rest of Usugi's troops. I didn't think we could possibly turn that around, but we did. I stood next to Nobunaga, relief spreading through me. There were still questions to be answered, though, such as why Mitsuhide arrived when he did, and what was behind his supposed betrayal. I also need to pin Nobunaga down so we can talk about that kiss. But for now, we're alive. Staring at the singed, trampled, and bloody field, that thought meant more than ever. Mitsuhide, I demand explanation. That's some greetings, Hideyoshi. Perhaps you should work on those manners you're always trying to teach me. Come on, you two, kiss later. Though I was about to demand an explanation myself. We'd reorganized our new headquarters. I stood with the assembled warlords of the Oda forces. Your arrival saved us, Mitsuhide, but I really must ask what is going on. Working behind the scene again, weren't you? I want to know how you pulled an army out of your sleeve. Questions flew at him rapid fire, but Mitsuhide just shrugged. One at a time, if you would. There's only one of me. The world should be thankful for that. Maybe you should just pick a question to answer instead of evading it again. Call me surprised. Even Lauren is scolding me. His teasing smile after everything that had happened was maddening. Lauren, quiet. Let me explain. Why are you calling me out when everybody else was talking? See, this is why I don't... Whatever. Just me. Oh, see? Just me? Oh, you better have a really good reason for that kiss later, Nobunaga. Nobunaga looked around at everyone but said no more. Mitsuhide, talk. What have you been doing? Why, I've been in contact with Kenshin City, providing him with information about our forces. Also that I could draw him out of Ichigo and lure him here. What? Why here? Where's Sasuke? Usugi and Shingen had combined forces. If we struck at them deep within Ichigo, they'd have the advantage. However, if we could get them to come all the way to us... You baited Kenshin, setting Nobunaga up as an easy target with only a small number of men. I'm glad someone here has some brains, Mitsunari. Kenshin's battle lust is well known. You gave him exactly the fight he wanted in conditions too good to ignore. That way you could guarantee he would leave Kasugayama Castle and come here instead. That's sneaky. Pretty sneaky, sis. Then why lie to us and tell us they were unprepared? I needed the enemy to believe I was betraying you. Kenshin has a ninja who infiltrated deep into Azuchi Castle. He would have found out. That's Sasuke. That makes sense to me. Kenshin's ninja. That's gotta be Sasuke. This turns out to be one hell of a tangled web. If we came here in overwhelming numbers, Kenshin may have well retreated back to Ichigo. After all, he might rather battle us in a place where he had the upper hand. Once everyone departed, I secretly assembled a force that would put us back at an advantage. It was an impressive, detailed plan. So you really didn't betray us. I suppose I didn't, this time. You can sound less suspicious about that. Still, I'm happy. I breathed a sigh of relief. That seemed to go for everyone else too. You did well, Mitsuhide. You want a cookie? Thank you, my lord. Nobunaga, did you know about this plan the entire time? Yes, he outlined it well, so I left the execution entirely in his hands. Now what Nobunaga said to me that night finally makes sense. I'm impressed he put himself in danger to see Mitsuhide's plan through and through. But after Mitsuhide explained it, there wasn't a one of us who could fault its brilliance. Only Hideyoshi, lips pierced tight, seemed to be holding something back. You really pulled the wool over our eyes. That was some beautiful maneuvering. I agree. A fitting strategy for a natural schemer like Mitsuhide. In truth, it wasn't good enough. I couldn't fool Kenshin completely. What do you mean? He saw through my double cross and sent out his troops alone without waiting here for our arrival. Even after spreading those rumors about myself to earn his trust, he wasn't taking any chances. Mitsuhide's offhanded confession stunned us all. Then Mitsuhide's been acting suspicious on purpose? The rumors you were plotting against Nobunaga came from you? Yes, that was all me. Wow. Pretty smart. I can't believe you did that. I let people believe that I was influencing Kenyo, that I was involved in the assassination attempt at Honoji, and that I was in talks with the Usugi clan, although that one carried a grain of truth. Why did you go to all those lengths? To win Kenshin's trust by making it seem like he wanted to betray Nobunaga for some time. He might as well have ruined his own reputation, all for Nobunaga. He was a good act. You had us fooled. If only it had worked the way I wanted it to. The dragon Ichigo isn't an easy one to slay. Why didn't you say anything? If you're gonna fool your enemy, start with your friends, or so they say. Hiroshi gave him a stony glare. He stalked up to Mitsuhide and punched him right in his smirking smile. I knew it. Ouch. Ouch. Mitsuhide just looked back at Hideyoshi. Don't think you fooled anyone. Ruining your reputation, shouldering the burden all your own, all that really ticks me off. It was a good plan, I'll admit that, but never pull a stunt like that again. Hiroshi spun around and stalked off. Aw, you care about him. Hideyoshi. That was impressive. Hiroshi touched his split lip with a bitter smile. I put you in a poor position, Mitsuhide. Not at all, my lord. It's what I choose. Only Mitsuhide can rattle Hideyoshi, the peacemaker, like that. I don't see why two reasonable adults have to go to blows to solve their problems. Lord Mitsuhide, we should treat your lip. It's a tiny split. Still, it's just like Hideyoshi to go easy on me even after all that. Mitsuhide seemed to be alright, but someone should check on Hideyoshi. I'll go see about Hideyoshi. I ran off in the direction he'd gone. You good friend. There he is. He was feeding his horse, away from all the others. Are you alright, Hideyoshi? Lord. Hideyoshi stared at me. Shouldn't you be asking that to the man I punched in the face? I don't care about him. I decided to act. He was pretty smart, though. That was a pretty smart plan. Risky, but smart. I decided to ask the one who looked more hurt. Hideyoshi's tense expression softened. Don't get too clever now. Hideyoshi patted me gently on the head, though bitterness lingered in his expression. Thanks for worrying about me. I'm just paying you back. Hideyoshi smiled, a fond twinkle in his eyes. If only I had realized what an amazing woman you were sooner. And what's with the compliment? I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling him more than Nobunaga, honestly. If only I had realized what an amazing woman you were sooner. What's with the compliment? I felt a quick rush of bashfulness. You should save that cheesy line for that crowd of women always waiting at the gate for you. I can't. I really only mean it about you. Hideyoshi, that's really sweet, and I appreciate the thought, but... I offered him a friendly smile, and he shook his head quickly, eyes darting away for a moment. It's alright. Forget I said anything. But speaking of, how's your problem going? What? You said you were having troubles deciding on your feelings about Lord Nobunaga. Oh, yeah. That feels like such a long time ago now. I don't think he's perfect. I mean, I feel he could achieve his goals with less violent means. But I found out that I do respect him and appreciate him, and it makes me want to be with him for as long as I can. Yeah, I kind of thought that's where you were going with that. This got pretty awkward. Hideyoshi's voice was a sighing murmur. I get it. I mean, it's Lord Nobunaga. I'll watch from the sidelines and be happy for you both. Thanks, Hideyoshi. I appreciate that. It's nothing, really. You're a really sweet guy, Hideyoshi. I'm glad you're being so understanding. We exchanged smiles. I was happy to see one on his face again. In the middle of battle, I had managed to find peace and the resolve to come to a decision. See, I feel like me and Hideyoshi have more chemistry than Nobunaga, honestly. The army reached a village affiliated with the Oda clan. Are we still going? Like, are we still gonna continue our little fight with Kenshin? Are we still gonna go all the way there? Or are we done because the plan kind of worked, kind of didn't? The army reached a village affiliated with the Oda clan, and this time we were able to rest without incident. We drove the Isugi forces off today, but the battle isn't over. I got myself ready for bed, but I couldn't picture myself sleeping. I touched my lips, which Nobunaga had stolen in the heat of battle. I hope he remembers. Just then, the door to my room slid open. Lord, I'm coming in. My heart leaped into my throat. Nobunaga entered my room. I've come like I promised. Good timing. I tracked Nobunaga with my eyes as he sat down in front of me. A raw heat was in his gaze as he reached out and touched my cheek. I was so impatient that even that touch caused me to shiver. Tonight, I'm only here for one thing. What's that? No. Okay, so we are done. I'm honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I don't have any chemistry with Nobunaga. Me, myself, I'm not feeling Nobunaga as much as I think I should. Like I said, Hideyoshi has more chemistry with me. I'm not saying this is a bad route. It's still fun. But I'm not enjoying it as much as like Leonardo. Leonardo was a good route. I like Leonardo. I really like Leonardo. He was a good character. Not really feeling Nobunaga. But we still have a little bit to go. So maybe he can turn the tides. So thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on social media. It's always in the description below. And I will see you guys tomorrow with A3. Bye-bye.